Hello and welcome to On The Bench LFC. You're joining us live. Myself and Connor are going to kickstart this show, which is Liverpool versus Chelsea, the third round of the League Cup, 7:45 kickoff on Wednesday. I can't wait to take call-ins, as always, as the show gets going. But as always, Connor, you're starting this one off with me. How are you feeling today, mate?
I'm good, thanks, mate. I'm having quite a lovely day. It's nice weather out there today, going out for a walk a little bit and just thinking of how good this Liverpool team is. 7 wins in 7. Best start we've ever had. And I'm like, what a team we have at the moment.
Indeed, mate. Indeed. And obviously we're going to be talking very much about the rotation, talking about this game, and we're going to be talking about a record, because there is actually a record that if Liverpool do beat Chelsea on Saturday as well, then that would be the first 7 games of the Premier League that Liverpool would have won, and no other team has done that in Premier League history. So that's another record that Liverpool could be breaking if, or should I say when, we beat Chelsea at their ground on Saturday. So it's another talking point for this stream. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Guys, we've just hit a bit of a milestone on this channel as well. Obviously, I've been going for about a year and a half with this one. Regardless of what the date says at the channel start, I've been doing Liverpool content for a year and a half. Nothing was before that. And we've just hit over 1 million views of Liverpool content. So a massive, massive thank you to all of you that have subscribed on the channel. Massive thank you to everyone that tunes in on the live streams. Thank you so much to all of you for leaving your views and comments on the videos as well. Even if you can't join live, I know a lot of you watch the replays back. You know, leaving comments and sharing your views on Liverpool as well. You're all a big part of this channel, every single one of you guys. And as we have progressed, as this channel has, you know, gone over time, you guys hopefully can see what we're trying to do. I'm trying to get your views out there just as much as mine, if not more, you know, by taking the call-ins on these shows and by reading the comment section as well, guys. You know, Mason says, Daz are so close to 10,000 subs. Yes, Mason, so close now. We're nearly there, guys. We're nearly there. We haven't got too far to go. Obviously, we just broke the 8,000 barrier as well. So massive thank you for you guys for doing that as well. So, right, Sam says, bloody hell, Daz, basically, that's amazing. Congrats. Thank you. You're Neville Clone. Thank you so much to all of you guys. Right, so who have we got in the live stream tonight? Let's say hello to a few people. Obviously, you guys know that I'm joined by Connor for the beginning, and then the call-ins will be active and live in a little bit on this stream. Worthless is in, Leon, Liverpool fan, Joe, Oisk, Eugene, Scotty, Mason as well, of course, Martin, good to see you guys, Minas, Verno, lovely, Herbie, Louis, brilliant, Hero. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, guys. I'm really looking forward to this stream. I have been all day. I'm also looking forward to the fact that I will be able to play FIFA tonight at midnight, and I've got a lot of content lined up on top of what I already do to mix it up with Liverpool as well. That's what I want to do, but it won't get in the way of what we already do. Connor, are you looking forward to FIFA as well?
Oh, you always got to be looking forward to FIFA. Midnight release, you're straight away on the PlayStation or Xbox, and you just ignore everything outside of your room and just focusing on the TV.
Yeah, Connor knows, because I've sent him my team that I've already built on the web app. I've got Naby Keita and James Milner in midfield, guys. The Ribena Prince and Naby. That is a great starting base for me to start to play online with. I can't wait to use them. I'm going to be building a Liverpool team, okay? Definitely follow me on Twitch. The Insomnia Dreams. I'll put it out on Facebook earlier, but yeah, definitely do that to be able to watch some FIFA streaming, and it's going to be very much Liverpool based. I'm going to be doing a career mode on this. Verno says Liverpool career mode stream. Daz, I am going to be doing a career mode on the channel for sure. And of course, we're going to be talking very much on Ultimate Team. I want to be doing Liverpool player reviews and stuff like that, all right? Just to mix it up a little bit, keep things a bit fresh for you guys as well. Right, anyway, we're here to talk about Liverpool versus Chelsea tonight. We've got a big game, and Connie, you've got a little bit slightly different views to what I have on this, and I think this goes very well with Liverpool fans in general. A lot of Liverpool fans are torn. Do Liverpool go strong in this game? Do they not? Do they care about this League Cup game? Do they care more about the Premier League? Connor, when I first said to you, I'm excited to be playing Chelsea in this Cup game, your views was, I haven't got that excited feeling about this one. And it's not that you don't want to win it, is it? You don't feel very excited for this game, do you?
No, and it's not so much because Liverpool are playing. Obviously, I'm always excited when Liverpool are playing, but it's just the cup that we're in. I would just rather play a weak team. Maybe if we win it, then fair enough. But if we get eliminated, I won't be like, oh, we're at the end of this amazing run that we're at, because I feel like if we do get knocked out of this, it will help us further on in the Premier League and in the Champions League.
Yeah, definitely. For me, like Connor said, you're always excited when Liverpool are going to be playing. And I'm looking at this, that the reason I'm excited, guys, is because this is the first time in years that, as a Liverpool fan, I look at Liverpool right now and I go, we can rotate and we can play some of them fringe players, they call them, but players that don't get a lot of game time, and I still think we're fielding a strong squad. I still think whatever team Klopp goes with against Chelsea in this League Cup, they're going to do a job. I tweeted out about it earlier. I said, I have every trust in those players that come in, that they are going to do a job and beat Chelsea, because you just look at Daniel Sturridge come in. When he come in, he performed really well, considering he didn't get much game time before that. Shaqiri come in on the weekend, and Matip coming on the weekend. Both of them really had great games. I mean, Matip got a goal as well for a centre-back, and Shaqiri performed so good as well. Every player that comes in now, they need to take their chances because there's such a high level, and that's what happens when you've brought in a few key players in the transfer window, and that level is slowly... quickly, the level's raised, Connor, hasn't it? So that's raised the other players. You've seen James Milner and Gini. They've improved, haven't they, this year? Yeah,
definitely. And the way Gini Wijnaldum has transformed himself, when you think about it, when he came into the club, he was a left mid, and not many people were excited about him. But now he's one of our best midfielders. And I think, even though we haven't seen him so far, I think Fabinho, just the whole thing of us signing a £40 million Fabinho and him in that team has made everyone in that midfield a lot better, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, mate. I agree. Other fans are getting a little bit annoyed because they're saying Liverpool signed Fabinho, they signed Keita, and they're on the bench. And I think it's a jealousy thing because that just shows the strength that we've got at the moment, and that shows the performance levels as well of our other players. Because let's face it, before the start of this season, when we was all asking who's going to be starting in midfield for you next year, what's your starting 11 going to be, everyone put Fabinho in midfield, they put Keita in midfield, and Fekir was also on there as well because everyone was thinking that we was going to sign Fekir. So the midfield three was all new players. James Milner wasn't in there for many people, and nor was Gini, but those two have been outstanding. For this cup game, obviously, again, we should be rotating. I agree with that. We should be, because we've got some big games ahead. We've got Chelsea away on Saturday. We've got Napoli, and we've got Man City as well after that. So this is a good game in general, and the game that I would say that we will see some players rested and the rotation really used. Connor, do you agree with that this is the right time to rest a few of those players?
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's an opportunity for some to show why they are still at Liverpool and why they should be fighting for a place for the first team.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like I said, I still think even with the rotation, with the team that we put out, we're still fielding a strong team this year. I've got my starting 11 anyway that you guys will see up on the screen soon. Connor, for yourself, mate, what is your starting 11 for this cup game?
So for me, I've got, I think it's 9 changes from the Southampton game. Someone might correct me with that, but I've got Alisson in goal, Nathaniel Klein, Joel Matip, Joe Gomez, Alberto Moreno, Fabinho, Milner, Keita, Shaqiri, Daniel Sturridge, and Sadio Mane. That is my starting 11 prediction.
There you go. And for anyone that's watching this or watching it on a replay, please let us know your starting 11s as well, because obviously I know a lot of people are talking about rotation, same as what we are, straight from the off. But I've seen some fans out there saying, no, go with your strongest in this game. They want to win this competition. It is silverware at the end of the day, isn't it, Connor?
Yeah, definitely. And even though I'm not excited for the game, even if we did go on and win this cup, I wouldn't be mad about it because we've won a trophy. And then all the doubters that are like, oh, Klopp hasn't won a trophy, they can all finally shut their mouths.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounded
Yes.
really arrogant. And
Yeah, Connor was like,
that.
shut your
All,
mouths.
yeah, all like the doubters of Klopp is like he hasn't won a trophy since coming in. And it's like, well, if he does win a trophy this season, they can't say anything about it.
I think it's like the Man United supporters or whatever that when we turn around and say but like your team's rubbish and your manager and all this when you get in discussions with them online and they turn around and go but what has your manager won since he's been in? You praise your manager so much and you talk about how good Liverpool is, but what has Liverpool won since Klopp's been there? So it'd be nice, wouldn't it, to start winning the silverware like we all say, so that we could turn around and go, well, actually, we're now winning the silverware as well. It's just having something to start backing up it, but at the same time, I feel like we can see that progression. We can see what Klopp's already done since he's coming in. It isn't always about the silverware. You don't need the silverware to be able to prove it, because I'd much rather watch Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp than I would rather watch, Man United style and Jose Mourinho every single day of the week, mate.
Yeah, and it's like also to follow up on that is like look at the fan base at the minute. All of us we're all one at the minute. United fans are just they're constantly complaining about the style, the way Paul Pogba is playing, the way Jose Mourinho has his team set it up, and all of us at the minute we're all in love with what Jurgen Klopp is doing with his football club.
Yeah, I love that. We are all in love with what Klopp is doing with his football club. What the football club is doing in general. Everything just feels really good at the moment. Chelsea have a couple of players that look set to miss that. I've seen this today. Rudiger looks set to miss the cup game, but is possible to be back. Looks like he could be back for the game on Saturday. And Pedro is also out as well. It looks like Pedro may be missing Saturday as well, is what we've seen today. So they're two really good players and key players for Chelsea, aren't they, mate?
Yeah, definitely. I think out of the two, I think they'd miss Rudiger a lot more than Pedro, because obviously they've got Hazard and they've got Willian, but Pedro brings something else to Chelsea. So if he's out, it's an extra advantage towards Liverpool.
Yeah, I think their manager was talking about Pedro, saying he's one of the best, or if not the best, runner off the ball for them. So it's interesting that he highlighted that, because, is that already him making excuses? Saying, if we lose, he's kind of trying to back himself up. He's also, we were talking about it before the stream, but he said about the squad depth, I think it was, that they're already a year behind Liverpool. They're a year behind Liverpool in the depth options that they've got. I feel like this is a manager that is already bracing himself for the worst. Is that fair to say? Do you think like that, Connor, or am I just looking into it too much?
I think you have a fair point, but I think he is trying to make up excuses before they happen. I think that he can look at our team and go, this is a really solid team, and no matter who they put out, they're going to give us a tough game. And I think if you watch the West Ham-Chelsea game, West Ham had Chelsea a few times and could have easily won that game. And no offense, if we've beaten West Ham. If West Ham can give them a game, then surely we can do better than West Ham.
Yeah, no, I agree with that one. I think so, hands down. I mean, we played West Ham early in the season. It's still early in the season, but early doors. And I said it was a good time to really play them, because they got a lot of new players, a good manager. Once they settle in, they will get better throughout this year. I agree with you, though. I think them holding Chelsea like that just goes to show that I think that we shouldn't be as worried about Chelsea as what some people are. But I think it's fair, because I've seen Liverpool supporters out there saying they're more worried about Chelsea this year than City, which that's not my personal views on it, because I think, with how City did last year, they've strengthened again. I think City are still the ones that I think are main rivals for the Premier League title this year, but Chelsea are definitely up there as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's only Chelsea's attack is really threatening. I don't think their defence is there. I think this is why City is more of a threat overall. Because if you watch the Arsenal game, even though it was very early on in the season, Arsenal were all over them and could have easily been 4-5 up by half time in that game. I think that with the attacking talent that we have, we can definitely exploit them and definitely score goals.
Yeah, I hope so, mate. I hope so. That's the way I'm looking at it. Scotty says, does Will Jones play for us on Wednesday night? Scotty, that's a very good question. It's actually something that we were talking about earlier, me and Connor, because we both would like to see Jones get some game time against Chelsea in the Cup. He's a very talented player. We saw he had a really good pre-season. I want to see him get game time, and I think in the Cup games like this, it would be fantastic. Now, it would be interesting to see whether Klopp does start Jones, because for me, I will put my starting 11 up on the screen now for you guys to see. There's a couple of key talking points in there, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But if Jones comes into that, then you might not see Keita start it for me. Jones instead of Keita. I've got Henderson, Keita and Fabinho in midfield, but Henderson, it could be Milner in there. I think it would be either Henderson or Milner to go in there to accompany Fabinho and Keita, or Fabinho and Jones, someone like that, because I feel that Klopp would want to have his captain or an experienced Liverpool player in there, someone that's used to the system, someone that will be able to help control the midfield. Fabinho, for me, has to start this game in the Cup. It'd be a perfect game for him. Connor, Fabinho against Chelsea on Wednesday, it just looks like this could be a real good game for him, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I think that, like you said, I think if we don't see him, I think we might never see him, because I think this is the perfect game for him to come in and maybe lead this midfield. Obviously, Gini Wijnaldum's done a fantastic job. Even Jordan Henderson's done a fantastic job so far this season. But it's like Oxlade-Chamberlain last season, come in at the Cup stage and didn't have a very good game. I think it was against Leicester last season. And hopefully Fabinho can come in and have a very good game against Chelsea.
Yeah, I hope so. It'd be lovely to see, and it'd be brilliant for him as well to get a full game, a full run out. I'm looking at this for him to play a full game anyway. I think he would be a real good stability for that midfield as well. Help us try and, keep Chelsea away from our goal, stop them from getting into them goal scoring areas, as Klopp likes to call it, stop them from having the shots. I would love to see him get a game time in this one. I've got a front three of Shaqiri, Sturridge and Mane, guys, because I keep saying that, for this game, I think it's a perfect game to rest a couple of key players. I think Sturridge was great when he came in before, so I'm going, look, Sturridge in this one, I love it. Go with it. Hopefully, he's all right to do that and play again in this game. Shaqiri was brilliant against Southampton, so I want to see him come back in. Now, Shaqiri playing as part of the front three, because at first I thought he goes in that midfield because he was so good there. And then I thought, hang on a minute, if I want to rest Salah or Bobby or Mane, then I think Shaqiri is the player that ends up playing as part of the front three up there with Sturridge. So I've gone with Shaqiri out on the right to rest Salah for this one, and then I think that would mean that Mane could start, and then if Liverpool do go ahead and get a couple of goals and later on in the game Mane could be rested quite early and a youngster come on maybe in his place, or a change in formation for sure. And then my back line, I've gone Klein, Matip, Gomez, Moreno. I think Nat Phillips could play instead of Gomez, but I just look at last game and I think that Klopp was probably looking at Gomez maybe for this game. I don't know. Klopp always talks about you go one game at a time, but I was just thinking maybe he did have Gomez lined up for this one. And then obviously we know that Virgil van Dijk took a knock to the ribs. He already had a bruise anyway there from before the PSG game, Klopp said. So I think we definitely rest Virgil in this one. But Matip and Gomez look tidy at the back anyway, so I've gone with them too. But it would be good to see Nat Phillips again. I said it before, Nat Phillips looked really good in pre-season, and he is a couple of months older than Gomez as well, so he will be wanting to get game time, and I think this is another game that he could come into. Same as Jones. Klein, we know that Klein is a good defender, a good right back, so I don't see why he can't come in against Chelsea in this one. Gives Trent a bit of rest ready for Saturday. And Moreno at left back, if we can't rest Robbo in the cup against Chelsea, then I don't think Robbo gets rest ever. Is the way I look at it personally. You know, I know people wouldn't rest Robbo. I know for me, I would love to see Robbo play every game. But the fact of the matter is, you know, we do need to rest him. Otherwise, he could end up with an injury down the line. Overplayed, he will get tired. And when players, if they don't get rested a lot, you know, then you start to see a dip later on down the line. We want these players to be rested well, rotated well. And hopefully Moreno can do enough in this game, you know. And then I've gone with Alisson in goal. I've seen a lot of people say about Simon Mignolet. He's still at the club. People are saying, look, it's the cup game. What's the harm in giving Simon Mignolet game time? I get that, but at the same time, you know, he wanted out of Liverpool. He went to the media over it, and I thought to myself, does Klopp look at that and go, he doesn't really want to be a Liverpool player? Alisson is a goalkeeper. Does he really need a lot of rest before the weekend? There's a few days in between, obviously. Goalkeepers, I don't think need as much resting. For me, I don't know, but it's just the way I look at it. So I went, our best chance really is play your number one goalkeeper in between the sticks, because if Simon Mignolet's head's not fully in it, is he going to be switched on throughout the whole game? I think Alisson is our best shot there, to be honest. He might end up helping us secure the victory. You don't know. It could come down to that. So I went with Alisson there, guys. But Connor, I think you went with Mignolet, didn't you, between the sticks?
I was going to, but then I changed my mind at the last minute. I went for Alisson.
Yeah. I don't know. Everyone in the live chat, let us know whether you are going with Simon Mignolet to give him some minutes, or whether you're the same. Stick with Alisson, because I think, you know, if you got your number one goalkeeper behind it, the back line being changed a bit because of the rotation, I think Alisson would give more confidence than what Simon Mignolet would. That's no disrespect. It's just, it's obvious, isn't it? Alisson's brought a lot of confidence into the team since he's arrived. Bluetick says, question to the caller, what if Chelsea starts with the strongest? Do you think that will give us an advantage for the weekend? There you go, Connor.
I think definitely. I think they can't afford... I think it'd be stupid for them to put out their strongest team then knowing that they got us on the weekend. Because if they play their full team and then we rest all of our key players, then definitely I think that we've got the edge then on the game on Saturday.
I think so. I think so as well. I think it does depend who wants to take this a bit more serious. If they go strong in this one, then I guess it depends how fit their players are to whether they would be ready. It's at their ground on Saturday, so they've got the home advantage there, but at the same time, this is where I said at the beginning of the stream, this is one of the first times in many years that I'm happy that Liverpool can rotate and rest some key players and still field a strong squad. So if they did go strong and Liverpool beat them still, and then I would say we've got a massive advantage, not just in the fact that they've played their first team or whatever, or close to it, and we didn't. But at the same time, mentally, Liverpool resting a lot of key players and then getting a victory over them, you know, for the weekend, they're going to be thinking, you know, we've got trouble here. And I think that then would make the managers think a bit different as well about the weekend. There's going to be a bit of an advantage mentally in a sense of who wins this, even though whoever loses it is going to be like, oh, it doesn't really matter, we wasn't taking it serious. But both teams are going to want to win because of that mental advantage when it comes to the weekend, aren't they, Connor?
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's like you said, like whoever wins will have that slight mentality of like, oh yeah, we beat you a couple of days ago. But I think if we put out not so much like the kids, but like we put out our second team and then they put out their first, like what we said a couple of minutes ago, and then they do beat us, I don't think it really matters. I think if they put out their like second team and we put out second team, then they could kind of say that they have a mentality over us, but then I think we are the better team overall. And I think that things can change when you have your best 11, and it proves at the minute that we've got a better 11 because we're top of the table.
Yeah, 100%. You know, Giroud was saying about it's a good test for them playing the team at the top of the table and they need to prove themselves. You do need to prove yourself, and it is going to be a test for them. And I think mentally, any team that comes up against Liverpool this year is going to be going, wow, what a team. We got to a Champions League final last year, and we've strengthened our squad. And the way we've started this year, like I say, if we beat Chelsea on Saturday, or should I say when we beat them on Saturday, because I'm going confident with it, when we beat them on Saturday, we will be the first team in Premier League history to win the first 7 games of the season. So I hope that we do it, because that would be a fantastic record for us. We beat Shankly's record by winning the first 6. It'd be great, wouldn't it? Tina says, hi Dash, just joined the chat. How concerned are you for us to win the game? Do you think it's important? I do, because it would be nice to win something this year, although we are aiming higher. Firstly, hi Tina, how are you? I hope you've had a fantastic day as always, my friend. I think it's important. I think silverware is very important, Tina. As you said, it would be nice to win something. I think the players all know that there's something really good going on, and there's a special atmosphere, not just with the fans and how we're all talking about Liverpool, but the players are feeling that as well. There's a real bond, isn't there? They know that there's a big progression. We're very close to winning stuff, but until you start to win silverware, you know, you hear these professional football players say, once you start winning things, it starts to become a habit. So we do need to start to kickstart and win silverware to start that off, don't we? And this silverware, as little as what some people are saying, it's still silverware, and we've waited a long time to start getting silverware back in. So I say that, yeah, it's still important. Every bit of silverware is, but at the same time, I get where people are saying, you know, you don't want to field the strongest team for this one when we've got Chelsea on the weekend as well, and it is about getting maximum points in the Premier League, because I'm a Liverpool supporter. I want us to win the league, and it's a very important game on the weekend. And we've got a very important game in the Premier League against City the weekend after. Very important game in the Champions League in between that against Napoli. So I fully get all that, and I do get that at some point we do need to rotate and rest some key players. It's vital throughout a season. You need to do that. But this is where our squad depth is so good now. And this is why I've got such a good feeling this year, because I do think we can rest key players. And I do think that we can still take these competitions seriously. That's kind of where my head is at with Tina. So hopefully that answered your question there, my friend. What else have we got here? Welcome to the live stream, everyone. I hope you're all good. I hope you've had a fantastic day. Please leave a thumbs up if you're enjoying it so far. Don't forget that we will be taking call-in soon. I've got Connor to start off the show with me at the beginning, just getting his views on the game. Put your score predictions in the live chat now as well, guys. Mine's a 3-1. Obviously, there's going to be a few changes, I think, to the back line. So I gave them a luxury goal because of that, if that makes sense. It's at Anfield. Liverpool we don't like to concede at Anfield, do we? We're very strong in that regard. So I'm giving them a luxury goal just because of the changes. But other than that, I think Liverpool, our attack, Mark Hughes admitted it was damage limitations in the second half. For them, he says they wasn't the first, they won't be the last. And I think Chelsea are going to struggle to deal with us on the attack, even with changes. I think we're that good. So I've gone with a 3-1 for me, guys. Gary says, as long as we beat them in the league, Dazza and Connor. I agree with that one. Connor, for you, obviously at the beginning of the stream, you were saying that you're not as excited about the League Cup, but it's a big game on the weekend as well, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And for me, my prediction is 2-0, even though I'm not excited for this game. But still, I'm always going to say Liverpool win. But yeah, for me, it's 2-0. And yeah, the league game is a little bit more important. But either way, if we can beat them, and I think if we beat them, we're 5 points clear of them. And then if we beat City, we're 5 points clear of them. So that is if they do win their next game. So even just the slightest wins against the big teams can prove very, very crucial towards the end of the season. Yeah,
100% agree. The Angry Scouser says, Alisson is a poor man's Bogdan. Nathan says, hi Nathan, how are you today, my friend? I hope you've had a fantastic day. Blue Tick says, our squad depth is awesome. It is awesome. I was having a conversation earlier on social media about obviously our squad depth. I was saying how happy I am with it this year, and a few Liverpool fans were saying to me it could still be improved though, Dash, surely, in my eyes. And I said, yeah, I'm happy with the team. I'm happy with the squad that we've got now. I'm very happy, to be honest. But as always, you can always improve it. There's always room for improvement with anything in life. And I can see that there's room for improvement in Liverpool. And when you do improve, then of course it ups everyone. You see with the players and the quality that we brought in the transfer window, it upped the level of Milner and Gini, and that could be a coincidence, but at the same time, it always raises a game with everyone, because they know if they don't perform, they're not going to get into the first team. So I get it, and I think over the next couple of transfer windows as well, we could see even more quality come in the door, especially next summer. And the key is to keep our best players as well. If we do that, then it's going to be a remarkable couple of years ahead for Liverpool, hopefully. I think so anyway. Reggae LFC says, guys, I'm going to Shamrock Rovers trials and I just made a YouTube channel. What should I post? I'm on the edge of becoming a pro football player. Well, post your journey, my friend. I think you should post your journey into it, because I think there's not many people, or I don't know anyway, that puts things like that. Having a son of 2 years old, I would love to see, a journey to do with that, something like that. How you get into stuff like that. I think it would be really incredible, mate. So good luck to you with that one. I think that's fantastic. What else have we got? Gary says 2-0 Dazza. Thank you so much, Gary. 2-0, same as Connor there. Pro Game says 2-1. So a close game for you, but obviously, like we say, with rotation in both teams, it could end up being the case, mate. A victory for Liverpool, I would take it. It doesn't matter what the score is in this one. There has to be a winner. After 90 minutes, it goes straight to penalties, so has to be a winner. So both teams have started and haven't lost. Obviously, Chelsea did drop points against West Ham, which means that Liverpool are top of the Premier League. Get in. So yeah, Chelsea obviously have faltered when Liverpool haven't. But yeah, the one team has to lose now in this game. So it will be Chelsea. It will be, won't it? What else have we got in this live chat? Eric says, I think Kante versus Virgil. Oh boy. Two fantastic players, mate. Two fantastic players. What else have we got? He's in the latest one. Anthony have Southgate on Snapchat. There you go. Those guys are talking. So, Connor, who do you think, obviously with rotation, who do you think is going to be Liverpool's surprise player in this game? Who do you think is going to, might not play many games for Liverpool so far this season, not got many minutes, but who do you think is going to be someone that we're looking at and going, what a game for them afterwards?
Oh, that's a good question, to be fair. Can I say Shaqiri, even though we've only seen him properly for like a little bit, but yeah. No. If Curtis Jones is in the team, then I would say him, if he is. But if not, yeah, I'm going to stick to my answer, Shaqiri. I think after that 45 minutes against Southampton, it's like, how could Jurgen Klopp take him off? But he did take him off to make sure we were a bit more solid defensively. But hopefully he can have another fantastic game like he did against Southampton.
Yeah, I agree with that one. It was a tactical thing. Obviously, everyone panicked because he was playing so good. Everyone panicked that there was something wrong with him. And there wasn't. So, yeah, I think for me, Fabinho starting this one, I want to see him absolutely ruin their midfield. I want to see every time they try and get forwards, Fabinho just intercepts. I want to see him intercept. I want to see him challenge hard. I want to see him win everything in the air. I want to see him be an absolute beast. And I want to see Jurgen Klopp afterwards go, wow, he's ready. Boom. That's what I want to see, because we know that Jurgen Klopp has took his time with him. I respect that. We trust in Klopp, as we've always said. There has been no rush because Liverpool have started fantastically. We've got the squad depth, as we said. But yeah, to see Fabinho go out there and absolutely destroy this game and being a monster in midfield for us, that'd be beautiful for me. I would love that. Shaqiri's already getting praise, but I think Fabinho, that would be a real confidence boost as well, wouldn't it, Connor?
Yeah, definitely. If Fabinho can have a very solid game against Chelsea, it just shows that the scouting department's done very, very well. Even though Fabinho was rated, I think, maybe the top 5 defensive midfielders in world football, but still it proves that we can look for solid talent and then they can become up with the ranks of Liverpool Football Club.
Yep, 100%. And also, we there's going to be some mentions there. Nathaniel Klein, if he does start in this one, he's been out of the team for a long time. He wants to prove that he's good enough to get back in and play for Liverpool. So I want to see him. I want to see every Liverpool player have a good game, but see him have a rock solid game. we know Moreno, how he can play for Liverpool and that. Like, I want to see him be solid at left back, because it would be good to fill you with confidence that we can rest Robbo and Moreno can come in and play in the cup games as well. If Gomez doesn't play and someone like Nat Phillips does get game time, it'd be really good to see that. Matip, he scored. He played against Southampton. He scored. He was solid defensively. Another confidence boost for him wouldn't go amiss, because let's face it, it'd be brilliant to see that as well. I mean, you got the likes of Lovren that we don't know whether he is going to play in this game. He's just coming back from injury. If he gets some game time, if he does get a few minutes in this one, I want to see him come back as well. There's a lot of talk, obviously, about him not really, hopefully, getting into the first team straight away because of how good Gomez has been. And everyone on his channel knows my views on that one. I think Gomez deserves to keep his spot at the moment. I don't want to see the back line get interrupted, because I think they've been really solid. But to have your players all back fit, and we know that Lovren can be a fantastic centre-back as well, one of the best in the world, then of course it would be great to see all them have really good games in this one. What else? I'm just trying to read the chat in. Never thought about that, Junior. I think people are just talking amongst themselves here. DX says, I think it will be 3-2. Thank you, DX, mate, for your score prediction. Corey says, I can't wait for January to get back to the transfer rumours and transfers in general. It's been a nice rest for me, Corey. I'm not going to lie. Transfer windows is good because Liverpool could sign someone really quality. At the same time, I don't like the fact that Liverpool could lose players. But it's just manic when it comes to running a channel like this. I was receiving too many messages today, and the Fekir saga was ridiculous, So it's been a nice bit of downtime for me personally. Connor, what about yourself? Are you looking forward to a transfer window?
Yeah, I think every single, for me, I don't get bothered as much, so I'm pretty happy on that front. But I'm happy that we can go out and maybe look for one or two players to add to the team, but I can't see any major people leaving this club at the minute.
Yeah. Adam says, all right, Daz, mate. You're right, Adam. How are you today, my friend? I hope you're good. A big shout out to Jezza Cole as well for being in a live chat. Mr. Cole, good to see you today. He says, win all our games and we are champs. # dreaming. Indeed, mate. Indeed. Top of the Premier League table at the moment. We beat PSG as well. We are looking so good so far, guys. And that is literally in the same breath as saying we've started so well and looking so well. At the same time, all Liverpool supporters are saying there's so much more to come from us. We don't look like we've got out of second gear. People are saying it at some points in these games. It don't look like Liverpool really trying to attack. It doesn't. We are learning to manage games as well, and that is great to see because it's something that we've needed to do for a couple of years. We can blitz teams. Learning to manage games is a big part in winning a Premier League as well, and being able to beat these teams in Europe, in the cup competitions, because if you go 2 goals up, then it's about being solid defensively, and Liverpool are definitely addressing that this year. Richard Fink says Nathaniel Klein will raise some eyebrows in this one. What, like that? I can't do it. Do you know, when you're not in front of a mirror, can you raise your eyebrows, Connor? If you're not in front of a mirror?
Yeah, I'm like the cab. Is it the Cadbury's advert? Where they just do their eyebrows. I think that's it. Yeah. I might be wrong with that.
Anyone that's sitting at home watching this now, can you raise your eyebrows without being in front of a mirror? You won't know, will you? You won't know. You can't see. I'm trying to do it, and you guys are probably watching the stream going, he's bloody raising his eyebrows. What's he doing? Ben says, hi Ben. How are you tonight, my friend? What else have we got here? I'm just going through the live chat, guys. I hope you all had a fantastic day. Obviously, put your score predictions in. My score prediction is on the screen, 3-1 to Liverpool. I hope that is something like that, but I would take a victory nonetheless. There has got to be a victor in this one. Someone's got to win it. It will go to penalties. Nabil Fakir says, just giving all you fans a teaser, Richard. Alex says, wait, what happened to Bogdan? He's on loan at the moment for the remainder of his contract for a year. So yes, he's on loan. We'll leave it to that. Have you seen that Harry Wilson looks like Torres, Connor?
Yeah, I've seen that. And he does look very similar to Fernando Torres when he was in his prime.
Yeah. He does. I saw the picture and I was like, when I saw this, I was like, why are they comparing Wilson to Torres, you know. And then I saw the picture of it and I was like, oh, yeah, he does a little bit. He actually does look like him. But the real question is, can he raise his eyebrows without looking in the mirror? Maddie says, hello to you, my friend. How are you tonight? Ferno says, I'll call in a couple of weeks, Daz. Brilliant, Ferno. It'd be fantastic to get you on the show. Calling in, that'd be great. Richard says, yeah, I think I can, Dazza. We will have to... Look, Corey says, I can. Brilliant. Well, you guys will have to tell me whether I was raising my eyebrows or not, because I have no idea, because I haven't got a mirror in front of me. So, yeah. Jack says, Daz, what do you think of Klopp's choices of substitutes? In what sense, my friend? Do you think, do you mean like the timing of doing it and who he's bringing on? I think it's one key talking point that everyone's been talking about Klopp since he's come in is, you know, has he got the subs right? The timing is a big thing, isn't it? That Klopp maybe leaves his subs a bit late in games. I think the one thing that I've looked at with it is, did he have the bench up until now? I would say it's all a bit of a learning curve. I think Klopp's had to learn the Premier League since coming in, and I think he's adjusted. I think he's still getting a rotation right himself. He's admitted that in the past. He said he's learning as he goes along. So, yeah, let me know your views on that, guys. Harry Wilson also reminds me of Torres too, says Ferno. He actually really does look like him when you see the picture of them two compared to each other. If you haven't seen it, look it up. Harry Wilson, Fernando Torres, they look so alike in these two pictures that they've got anyway. What have we got here? Richard says, Daz knows we are. Is this, I think people are saying about, I was reading it like everyone's nutters or something. I think everyone was just talking amongst themselves. Yeah, the Angry Scout says, Daz is reading all this like we're all nutters. But let's face it, Angry, I'm the one talking about raising your eyebrows without looking in the mirror. So who's the biggest nutter? The best thing about all this, guys, is Connor's not on the stream. Connor's gone and got a mirror and he's sitting there right now doing the Cadbury's advert. He's doing it. We know it is. The Angry Scout said, I'm dying. Yes. I saw Harry Wilson last week, says Corey. Did you? Oh, brilliant, mate. Brilliant. Junior says, I'm the biggest nutter, Daz. There you go. Junior's also in front of the mirror doing it right now. Then that is confirmed. You heard it here first. Connor, obviously, big game. I think this is still a big game. Chelsea versus Liverpool. Again, we've got them on the weekend away. Do you think Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool, have got one eye on the weekend for this one? That's a big thing. Do you think they're looking at the weekend?
I'd say no to that, because I think Jurgen Klopp's kind of said it before, maybe in press conferences, and he said that we've always got to look at the game as it comes. And I think that, yes, obviously he might be having one eye during the game, because obviously we got him on the weekend. But for me, no, he's just concentrated on this game, and then he'll move on. And I think that's the crucial thing this season, is definitely keeping an eye on every single game as it comes.
Yeah, I think if Liverpool keep one eye on, you know, other games ahead, then they might not focus on the job that's in hand. And let's face it, like we've said in this one, we need to make sure that we do start winning silverware, and it is a piece of silverware come the end of the day. I've seen a few comments in the live chat tonight saying I hate this cup. I've seen comments online in general saying I really don't like this cup. It doesn't mean anything. Everyone's got their own opinions on it. For me, I'm looking at it as a bit of silverware. Yes, I would like to win it. I want Liverpool to win absolutely everything. But as always, guys, that is just my opinion. Obviously, I'm going to be taking the call-ins any second. Connor, is there anything else that you would like to say on this match?
I think now I'm going to look in the mirror and see if my eyebrows can move. But apart from that, no.
I'll tell you what, Connor, right? If I could ever do an interview with Jurgen Klopp, first question is going to be, can you raise your eyebrows without looking in the mirror? Like something along those lines. And he's going to be like, get him out of here. I don't want to speak to him. Absolutely brilliant. Connor, thank you so much for starting tonight's show off, buddy. Your prediction was 2-0, wasn't it?
Yeah, my prediction was 2-0.
Classic, mate. Classic. Look, I hope so. 2-0 would be perfect. It's a 2-goal advantage over Chelsea in this one, in the sense of I've gone 3-1 as well. So 2 goals. It sounds pretty confident from both me and you in that sense. I think the Liverpool fans as well that are watching this one hopefully are confident, even with rotation. You've gone with Shaqiri, could be the man to watching this one. I said Fabinho. Thank you so much for starting the show off with me tonight, mate, and I'll speak to you in a little bit.
My pleasure, mate.
Take care, buddy. Speak to you in a bit. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Absolutely brilliant. What a legend. I love having Connor start the shows. He's part of the team. It's great to get him on. Obviously, you can see that we do have a laugh as well. And I guarantee you he's going to the mirror right now. Anyway, Bluetooth says he has a question for the caller, but the caller's just gone. So we are going to be taking call-ins now. I'm just going to get this up. So Bluetooth, hold the question so that you can ask it to the other call-ins that call in. The lines are now live, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to call into the show and have your say on this match build-up show, then feel free to do so. What else have we got? Thank you to everyone that's joined me tonight. Please leave a thumbs up if you're enjoying the stream so far. EG says, Daz, how are you? I think the scores will be 1-1 and I can raise my eyebrows, not in front. You legend. You legend. How do you know? How do you know, EG? That's the question. You can just feel it, can't you? Here we go. First caller. Let's get this up and running. Hello, Angry Scouser, mate. How are you doing tonight?
I'm alright, buddy. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you, mate. Thank you for calling into the show. And what's your prediction? Your score prediction, firstly, buddy?
I'm thinking a 2-0 comfortable defensive.
Lovely. So a clean sheet at Anfield again, bud.
Yeah, I think Anfield's going to be a real fortress this year.
Yeah, we've started that way, and we've got a really good record there, haven't we, in recent times? So there's nothing that says that Chelsea can really hurt us either in this cup, is there?
No, I don't think Chelsea. I don't think the two main men have really hit form. I mean, Hazard hit that hat-trick, but he didn't really perform against, I think it was Watford last game. So
yeah,
I don't think he's completely up to speed yet. I think the man. I think Sarri was right. They're about a year behind us in terms of getting ready.
Do you think he was saying that being realistic, like in that sense, or do you think he's saying that just to kind of soften the blow for when we do beat them?
I never actually thought about it like that.
Yeah, it's a weird one because for me, when I first read it, I never thought about it like that. But then as the day's gone on, I thought to myself, maybe he's looking at it and going, well, you know what, their depth is better than ours, realistically. We should come out on top because both teams should be rotating because it's a big game on the weekend as well.
Well, I think he's being a bit modest with the year thing in general. Like, if you see how long it took Klopp to get the team together, and let's say, yeah, you can probably give him a bit of slack where he's inherited like a much better team than Klopp did, apart from maybe Coutinho. But Klopp has basically built most of that team up. I mean, I know Brendan Rodgers brought a few players in, but he obviously never used them correctly, did he? So Jurgen Klopp's the one utilising the players in the right positions. So he's built that team from scratch, and it took him 3 seasons to do that. So I think he's been, I don't think, like, Morata's not really performing as well as people would want.
Yeah, it does take time to get things moving. We know that because there was a period at Liverpool where people was going, is Jurgen Klopp the right manager? And not everyone, because for me personally, I remember being on the streams and saying, I fully trust Klopp. I think, give him time. He's got to build that spine throughout Liverpool. He hasn't got his players yet. He's got a team of Rodgers, basically. So yeah, it's going to take time for him to really implement what he wants to do there as well. So it probably is too early to really say what he would be able to do with that team. And coming up against Liverpool in this cup, he might be looking at this that we should be beating them here. So if we didn't beat them, then would you say that that's a massive fail for Liverpool then?
I'd say in terms of if you're talking about football in general, and no, but if you're talking about as a fan of Liverpool, then yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Because I always want Liverpool to win and perform at the best 100%. And I don't care what competition we're in. I don't care if it's a friendly. If you're wearing that liver bird on your chest, you must perform to the best of your ability.
Yeah, no, I agree with that one. I'm the same all the time. I don't like it when we draw. I don't. Sometimes, even when we win, if we don't perform that well, I'm in a bad mood. And like, you know, my missus goes, "Oh, did you not win today?" And I go, "No, we did win, but you know, we didn't play that great, and against a better team,
well, it depends.
We wouldn't have won today."
It's the circumstances where the draw comes into it, because like there's always circumstances where you'd be happy with the point because you could be losing a game and then scratch a point out of it, and then be happy that you at least got a point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that you feel ecstatic in that sense. Don't you?
Liverpool's the worst team in the world for having 3 points in the bag and then just letting it slide just through sloppy defensive work and the work we put into the goals is just so much higher than the defensive errors. Like we use so much class and so much ingenuity to get into these spaces and areas, and trickery and quick 1-2 passes, and then like you look at the Tottenham game last season, it's one ball over the top and one defender jumping at the wrong time, and you know all that work is then just undone. You know what I mean?
Definitely, mate. So another talking point for this one, obviously being rotation and the front three. So for you, starting 11, your front three, who comes into this one? Who drops out for you?
I wouldn't mind Daniel Sturridge starting, because as long as I always say, like, give him under the 60 minutes, just at least sub him off, give him time to get into the used to things again. I'd say keep Salah and Mane on, because they're the two players that constantly need game time to be happy. I wouldn't mind Matip starting again alongside Gomez. I thought them two were really solid. I don't want Lovren starting again. I don't trust them one bit, especially against a team like Chelsea. I don't care what cup competition it's in. And Andy Robertson I'd keep there, and I don't know. For me, you could really pick and choose between Alexander-Arnold and Klein. It just all depends whether Klein is ready for it, because, as I said, it's Chelsea. I don't care what cup competition it's in. It's Chelsea.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch the match with a friend who's a Chelsea fan on Wednesday in a pub. So we best not lose, because I'm in London. I'm surrounded by Chelsea supporters.
Yeah. If you win, though, does it make it any better? I mean, you get to gloat, but yeah, it's funny, isn't it, in that sense? Like when you go to games like that and you go with your mate, and it's good to have the laugh and the banter like that. But
yeah, it is. But
go on, mate.
I'd keep Alisson in goal as well. Your number one needs to stay your number one. He hasn't really had much work to do, so there's no reason to sub him out. And if we're really going to look on pushing for the title, we need that consistent number one.
Yeah, I think I went out. I stuck with Alisson in between the sticks, because my overall views on it is Simon Mignolet, he wants to move out of Liverpool. And I was thinking to myself, is he going to stay switched on throughout a whole 90 minutes in this cup game? I don't think he would. Whereas I think having Alisson behind that, maybe a changed back line, which it should be, that will fill them with confidence. And I think Alisson is definitely going to stay switched on. Well, so that's why I went with him.
I've always said about Simon Mignolet, I don't know whether it's Simon Mignolet or Simon Mignolet, I'm just going to say Simon, but
yeah,
he's a great shot stopper. Like, he really is. Like for when people are actually just popping shots at him, he keeps the ball out the net. It's just his decision making in general, where you just don't feel comfortable when he's in goal. You don't feel like he's going to make the right. It's like he was never letting us down in front of goal. He was always letting us down on corners where he had to make decisions.
Yeah.
Or free kicks or something like that. It was just. I say get Bogdan back. That's my decision. You'll always know my decision. I want Bogdan back.
I know, mate. I see you all the time commenting about Bogdan and that in the live chat.
Listen, Bogdan. I don't care what anyone says. We need Bogdan back in the team. Without Bogdan, this team's not on.
Mosian says, hello, Dads. Hope you're well. I hope you're well as well today, my friend. I hope you've had a fantastic day. If any of you guys have got a question for the caller, please ask it now. I'll take a few more call-ins, but yeah, please ask a question quickly. Go on, mate.
I did see a question. Let me just scroll up. I've got to find it. But yeah, question. Some fans don't take some competition seriously just because it's small. Do you agree or disagree that every cup is vital and you don't think it will look good on your club throughout history? I think every game, not even every cup, as I said before, every game is, as long as you're wearing that red shirt, mate, you best be playing with 100% of your ability.
Yeah.
You know, there's fans that come out that like you got to think of the fans because they're working class people. Like most of the fans who go to the stadium are just working class people. They're going to watch people who are getting paid 200 grand, 100 grand a week to kick a football. Now, I don't mean to be funny. If I was getting paid £100 a week to kick a football, I'd be doing it with a big smile on my face. You know what I mean? And I'd be playing it well. I'd be trying to at least. And if I didn't play well, I'd at least acknowledge me. I wouldn't just hide away in my big mansion and then come out next week. I'd come out to the fans, you know.
It's a lot of money, isn't it? They are on a lot of money, and you'd think that the old saying is money doesn't buy you happiness, but you know, when you have got working class people that work really hard to earn money just to put a bit of food on the table, and this is one of my pet hates when I see players like you've got that we've had in the past that do moan about their situations, and they're like, oh yeah, people don't understand and they're struggling or they find it really hard and they're moaning to the media about things and oh, but Liverpool won't allow me to leave and all this. And I think to myself, you're still picking up a very good wage. You know, most people wouldn't mind being in your situation where you're still picking up a very good wage to be at a massive football club, and you're moaning that you can't leave from the club. That does bother me when that goes on.
I imagine being like a Manchester City fan, you know. Imagine paying top dollar, top money for a season ticket, right, to go and see your team, and half of the people not even show up for one, right? Not even half the people show up, and for two, there's no atmosphere. You've paid about £700-800 for a season ticket where your team's getting spanked, absolutely spanked in a Champions League game. And it's a nightmare. Your team doesn't perform. It's like the fans know they're not going to perform. It's like the league's all that matters to them, and it's sad. It really is.
I can't ever imagine supporting City ever. I
can't imagine Liverpool fans ever being like that. I don't care. Like I haven't been really around. I'm only 25, so I haven't really been around for much success other than the Champions League and a few FA Cups maybe.
Yeah.
But you know, like I've seen football turn people bitter. And like when I was growing up, my dad used to watch the football every time it was on. Now you won't catch me dad watching a game of football because he's just sick of losing. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to be like that. I at least try and be optimistic. So I always try and hope for the best, and I want the team to hope for the best as well.
Yeah, that's the best thing. Stay optimistic, hope for the best. I mean, we've been through some down times. Hopefully, we got the up times now coming, isn't it? And you've stuck by Liverpool through the bad times, and that's what most clubs can't say.
This is where the dedication pays off because it means something. That's where you get the passion from in the crowd. That's why even though it's been quiet and even though we've been silently, you know, disagreeing with the transfer list, like I don't know, I'm sure when I heard Liverpool signed Andy Carroll for 35 million, I heard like the biggest groan throughout Liverpool I've ever heard in my life. You know what I mean? Like we've all been there with them stupid transfers and, you know, the highs and the lows and the what ifs and we're known as the nearly men. You know, that's our nickname to other fans, the nearly men, and it's about time we get our some. It's about time we get some in it. So it's nice to have supported them throughout the thick and thin.
Exactly.
And finally, as it comes towards it, that you can see the passion in the crowd come out. How it's forced to come out because they've got a manager they love. They've got a team that they can see potential in. You see the banners are always out again. There's always LA's in the crowd. it's like the Liverpool of old.
Exactly, my friend. I fully agree. And Nicole says the downtimes make up times much sweeter. I fully agree. I fully agree with both of you. Look, thank you so much for calling to the show tonight, mate. Hopefully, I'll speak to you again.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna keep trying posting comments of like if you want to let your chat know, like I just do it so people can have a discussion about it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I really appreciate that. Angry Scouser kept leaving comments like with updates on like with the Chelsea injuries and stuff on the last video that we had go out, guys, and it was just so that you guys could get involved in those comment sections, find out the updates, and you know join a discussion there as well. So a massive thank you to you for doing that, mate. I really appreciate that.
Go on, go on, buddy.
You enjoy the rest of your evening, mate. Yeah,
I will do, buddy. Peace out.
Take care, buddy. Great calling. Another calling straight away. Here we go. Hello, mate.
Hello.
How you doing? How you doing, my friend?
Good. It's Scott in 899, by the way.
Yeah, I literally, it just come up saying Scott. So I was like, at first I was like, I don't know which person's calling in, but then I saw it was Scott. How you doing, Scott?
Good, mate. Yourself?
I'm very good, mate. Your views on the game ahead, my friend. Firstly, score prediction. How you feeling with this one? Should Liverpool take it serious? Go on, mate.
The scoreline, first of all, I would take 1-0.
Yep.
Any win for Liverpool.
Yeah, exactly. A win is a win. Someone's got to win this game. There will be a winner. There will be a loser. It can't end a draw. So yeah, Liverpool win this game. They're out. We've done them. So that's what we want, isn't it, mate?
Yeah. My fear is if they do start our big team, I don't think Klein is going to put up with Hazard if he plays.
Yeah. Do you think Hazard is going to play this game then?
Well, from what I personally don't, but what I've been seeing in the chat, a lot of people's been saying that they think that they might go full when you were talking about Connor and what team.
Yeah. If they go full on though, mate, I think that's a mistake, don't you?
Yeah, because then we're not going to go full.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Mane might play, but that's about it.
Yeah, I don't see us going full on at all. I see quite a bit of rotation. Obviously, I put my team up on the screen earlier. For you, out the front three to start with, do you rest all three? Do you rest one of them? Who starts for you in the front three?
I think you rest Mo Salah.
Yeah, ready for Saturday.
Ready for Saturday. And maybe Bobby as well.
Yeah.
Just precaution.
Yeah. What, because of his eye, or?
And we know what Chelsea can be like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we don't want any of that going on, do we?
No.
So midfield three, mate. What would your midfield three be for this game?
Curtis Jones.
Yeah, I like that.
Fabinho.
Yeah.
And maybe Naby.
Curtis Jones, Fabinho and Naby Keita. I think that's a very good midfield three that I think could take on Chelsea easily.
I would love to see Kante taking on Naby Keita or Fabinho.
Yeah, it sounds like a battle and a half, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't feel like I'm worried about this game at all, in a sense, with the rotation and resting key players. I think we've got enough strength in depth there. So your back line, mate, move into your defence and goalkeeper.
Alberto Moreno.
Yep.
Joe Matip.
Yep.
Either Dejan or either Nat Phillips or Joe Gomez, because I don't see Dejan playing. As he's very prone, and Nathaniel Klein. Yeah,
so pretty similar to like what I went with them basically there. Nat Phillips, I like that people are saying that they would like to see Nat Phillips get in and get some game time. He was brilliant in pre-season, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I think he would do a job against Chelsea. I'm not worried about Nat Phillips coming in there, and he will want to prove himself as well in this one. Your goalkeeper, mate.
Alisson,
yeah, I like that again. I saw a few comments, as I said earlier, saying about putting Mignolet in there for minutes, but I think a lot of people are saying just go with Alisson for this one. Number one goalkeeper, keep him in between the sticks, gives confidence to your back line. And, you know, in your opinion, mate, does a goalkeeper need as much rest as the outfield players?
if we want to win the league, we need to show Chelsea that Alisson is a good keeper.
So you're like play him in both games just to show Chelsea that he's a good goalkeeper.
Well, that's the title contender so far because City's dropped points.
Yeah.
I was saying that we were happy that Chelsea dropped points against West Ham. So.
Oh mate, over the moon. When I saw that, I was jumping around like Liverpool just beat someone. I was like, get in. I tweeted out West Ham you beauty, and I think that's the first time I've ever said that in my life.
That would be your dad.
I was going to say, are you playing FIFA? I think he's playing FIFA, guys. You're playing something. Yeah.
I have to go to Liverpool again.
What was that, mate?
I'm Liverpool, so I can't.
Love it, Scotty. Love it, mate. Is there anything else you want to say on this game before you get off, bud?
Just hopefully, I was going to say 3 points, but it's in the cup.
Yeah, so just the win then, mate. Get the win.
The win. And I've no fear he's coming into Alisson if it does go that way.
Yeah, 100%, mate. 100%. I agree with that one. Look, all the best with your FIFA game, mate. I hope you win because you're Liverpool as well. And yeah, are you getting FIFA 19 at midnight?
No, I get it on Thursday because I didn't pre-order it and all that, but it's fine.
Yeah, but so you got a little bit longer to wait, but yeah, when it comes out, mate, for you, bada bing, bada boom, you will be on it. Yeah, enjoy your FIFA, mate, and enjoy the rest of your evening. And thank you for calling in, Scott.
No bother, mate.
Take care, buddy. Speak to you soon.
Yep.
Bye, mate. I love that. I could hear buttons. I could hear some buttons in the background. I was like, hang on a minute, Scotty. He sounds like he's really having to concentrate on what he was saying there for a second. And I was like, I could hear buttons as well. I was like, he's definitely playing FIFA. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, my friend. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm right. What's up?
Yeah. Not too bad. State your name to everyone that's in the live chat and what's your views? Hello?
Yeah, this is Marvin.
Hello, Marvin, mate. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. What's your views on the game against, Chelsea coming up?
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to see Fabinho.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my team. I was hearing about the guy that was saying Alisson. I think we need to play Mignolet because we don't know. It's a long season. We don't know what can happen to Alisson. So I think we need to keep him a little bit happy also. Just some game time and things,
Yeah, so it's about keeping Mignolet happy is why you would keep him in there. Do you not see Mignolet leaving in the next transfer window then?
Well, I think I honestly think he's a very good backup to have, backup keeper.
Yeah, I get it as a backup goalkeeper because the one thing that I see is not a lot of keepers are going to be happy to come in and play second fiddle to Alisson because they know they're not going to get much game time there. But that's the problem that we got with Mignolet is he doesn't want to stick around at Liverpool. So that's my only concern is that if he comes into this cup game, is he going to remain switched on throughout the whole game?
Yeah, that's true also. Yeah. You're right. And also, I'm looking forward. So my team will be Mignolet. We'll get Klein, Matip, and Gomez, Moreno. And then I would like to see that duo in the midfield, which is Fabinho, Keita. I would love to see that. Because I honestly think, after January, I think that will be the midfield duo, Fabinho, Keita. I honestly think that.
Yeah, well, they've both just been brought into the club. Obviously, Keita's been given minutes in the Premier League and he's done well so far. And we know that there's a lot more to come from him. Fabinho, Klopp is taking his time with him, but he's that holding midfielder that we've been crying out for years. I think both of them are very strong defensively in midfield. And then going forwards, Keita is a box-to-box animal. But Fabinho also, He's a holding midfielder, but he's very talented when it comes to travelling with the ball forwards, and he's got an eye for a pass as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he is, and he looked okay during preseason, But there's a reason we all trust Klopp, so there's a reason why he's not playing, and then maybe Klopp will just unleash him.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, mate. Who else? Obviously for you starts obviously front three. For you, do we rest any of our key front three?
I think we need to rest Salah and Firmino. I would like to see a front three of Shaqiri, Sturridge, and Mane. I think that will be good to see.
Yeah, I think that would be a dangerous front three. I really do. When you're looking at Chelsea's team going into this one, we were talking about at the beginning of the stream, but do you think that they've got as much strength when it comes to rotation as what Liverpool has, personally?
No, I really think we've got a far better squad than Chelsea,
Yeah.
And I don't even know if they'll be resting players, because do they really have a bench,
Yeah, so you think they're going to go into this with more of their first team players than what we are, which could end up costing them, couldn't it?
I think they'll only rest like 2-3 players. Maybe Hazard will be on the bench, but the rest I think they'll go with like 7 to 8 first team players, I think. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely, mate. For you, who do you reckon will be the key man on the night? And I don't just mean like what I asked earlier on. I don't just mean like someone like we keep seeing like a James Milner being man of the match or Virgil van Dijk. I mean someone that's not getting much game time at the moment that's coming in. Like I said, Fabinho for me. Who would you like to see be the key man on the night for this one?
Yeah, the man I'm looking forward to see, of course, it's Fabinho if he starts. But I think the one that will be influential, as Klopp said, it's definitely Shaqiri.
Yeah.
He wants to impress. But unfortunately, he got only 45 minutes. So I think he'll be on fire on Wednesday. Hopefully.
Yeah, I know he was pulled off at half-time. And I saw online people saying that will knock his confidence. But I think actually he probably would have took a lot of confidence out of that 45-minute performance. And then coming into this cup game, he's going to be a man on a mission to be like, I did 45 minutes, I performed like that, I want to go again. I want to show that I belong in that first team for Liverpool, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. And I think for the match on Saturday, I think Klopp thought that Southampton will play very defensively, so that's the reason he bought Shaqiri in their midfield three, like in number 10, just to avoid, if it was 0-0, I don't think Shaqiri would be off. But after 3-0, I think the job is done. So Klopp wanted more control in the midfield, as he said, so it does make sense, right?
Yeah, definitely. I'm just going to read some comments here. I want to say hello to Daniel Alexander, Paulie, welcome to the live stream tonight. Dave Mitch as well, good to see you guys. Mr. Mac says, hey Daz, just come back from football. My legs are absolutely killing me. So you play football yourself, mate? Do you play football yourself, mate?
Oh, no. I've stopped like 2-3 years, yeah.
Yeah, I remember being able to play football years ago and being able to run up and down a pitch, and then when you give it up after a while and then going back trying to kick a football, it's just absolutely ridiculous. You realise how unfit you get after a while.
Yeah.
What are you into, mate? Like sport wise, do you play any sport now, or are you into gaming? Are you getting FIFA?
Yeah. Well, I'm not really into sport. Like 2-3 years, I've stopped completely. Yeah. I've actually put on some weight and so on. I'm just trying to get myself fit. Then see if I can run on a football pitch.
Yeah, that mate. That'd be perfect. It's about building back up to it though. At the moment, I'm on this clean eating diet that my missus got me on. I'm losing weight, but it's about getting fit with it as well. Do you know what I mean? Because otherwise, I still can't run for nothing. I'm losing weight, but I still can't run. It's pointless. But yeah. So your score prediction, I think at the beginning, did you say? Was it you that said that even if it was a 1-0, you would take that? Was it?
No,
What was your score prediction?
I think I'll go with 2-1.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you think it would be quite a close game then, in that sense?
Yeah, I do think so because, as I said, I think Chelsea will go with a strong lineup.
Yeah.
And but I still think we'll win because I don't think we'll lose a football match this season, right?
Yeah. You laugh at the end of it, but I feel like that as well. Maybe it's because of the way we started. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like there's not anyone out there really that makes me think, yeah, you can beat Liverpool. Maybe a team could draw with Liverpool on an off day, maybe, but I don't know whether it's just because I'm a Liverpool supporter and I'm a bit biased, but I look at how good we are defensively this year and we know how good our attack is, so I don't see anyone really taking points from Liverpool. That's the way I look at it. But you know, we got a couple of tough games coming up. We got Chelsea in the Cup, then we got Chelsea on the weekend, Napoli, and then Man City. So we've got some real big games ahead, haven't we, mate? A question for you is, do you think that them games will be in the back of the players' heads? Do you think that in this game they might be looking to the future a bit too much, or do you think that they're all going to be, no, let's get this cup game out of the way?
Yeah, I think you're right. You know, I don't really think we should fear anyone this season, and the only issue it's about the intensity that we put. If we manage to put the same intensity on all match, I really think we're going to win all the match. That like the next 4 games that we have, you know. But it actually depends on us rather than the opponent. You know, if we're able to put the same kind of intensity that we've shown, I don't think it will be difficult to win those games, to be honest. You know.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, as you say, they're tough fixtures, but with our intensity and the way we can play and get at teams, I think a team like City, they're not used to teams really playing the way Liverpool do against them, and you see that they can be rattled. So I think again this season, I'm confident when we go against them. I think mentally as well, we've got an advantage over them because they don't like playing Liverpool. They know that we can beat them. So that's an advantage there, isn't it?
That's true. And the thing is, I honestly think that we've got a far better defense than Man City, you know. And it showed. This is Lyon when they played Champions League. When you go at the defense, especially the central defense, they really panic, you know. And we've shown them last season on the 3 games that we've beaten them that their defense is very slow. Whether it's Stones or it's Mendy, they are slow. So whenever they are under pressure, they always panic. So I'm really, really excited to watch that game. You know, this is City.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. I agree. Thank you so much for calling to the show tonight, my friend. I hope you call in again in the future. And enjoy. Enjoy the rest of your evening, buddy. And good luck with getting fit as well, because you're in the same boat as me in that sense. We all are in it together, aren't we? We need to get fit together.
For sure. Yeah.
Take care, buddy. Thank you. Speak to you soon. Bye, mate. Straight into another caller. Mr. Mac says, I'm a smoker. Hang on 2 seconds, Mr. Mac. Hello, my friend.
How are you doing, Daz? You all right?
I'm very good, Daniel. Good to have you on tonight. It's good to hear you, mate. How's things?
Yeah, not too bad, to be honest. Not too bad. I've just been listening in, so I thought I'd give you a bit of a call and throw me 2 pence worth in for this match against Chelsea.
Mate, more than 2 pence. I want to hear the whole lot, mate. I want to hear the whole lot. Mr. Max says he's a smoker and hasn't played in 3 years. He stopped the gym a year ago, so he's about as healthy as a 300-pound walrus. Daniel, how fit are you, mate? Do you play football still? Do you keep up with sport or anything like that?
Well, I say that like I'm probably over-exaggerating. Yeah, I do play a little bit, you know what I mean? I try. I put it down to me knee injury, like keeps me out a lot of the time. You know?
I love that. He's like, yeah, a little bit. I play a little bit. I
Literally
used to do
the past few days, my knee's been awful as well. It's been really bad. But no,
the temperature's dipped though. Is it just me, Daniel? The temperature it's got cold, isn't it?
It sounds. Got a mate. Oh no, can't play in cold weather. It plays with bones, lad. Plays with bones. It's like when I lived in Leeds, like people they wouldn't go out if it was like, you know, getting close to like 5 degrees Celsius. But it's like when you get up north, But no, they're like, I don't know. I'm quite positive about this game against Chelsea, but I do think, I mean, personally, I would like to see Fabinho, Henderson, and Keita in the midfield. Because I think he's probably going to look to bring Millie back in for the game after. Yeah. But I don't know. It's one of them, isn't it? It's like, it's how long's a piece of string with Klopp sometimes. You never quite know what he's going to do. I mean, in the last game we played, he kind of mixed up the formation a little bit. It just, things seemed slightly different in terms of the selection as well, obviously. I don't know. You never know what he's going to pick, really. After the first 3 games and sort of the results that we'd got, I thought he was gonna kind of stick with a core 11 and maybe just change when he needed to change, and then use players like Shaqiri in the cup games or maybe Champions League games. But it looks like he is actually going to be rotating regardless, Premier League, Champions League, the cup games. Which in a way throws a little bit of a spanner in the works for the opposition, because they don't really know how to plan against him. And I think this is maybe part of his tactics that he's been working on, thinking, what's our plan B, what's our plan C. And I'd quite like to see sort of Naby Keita maybe go into a bit of a diamond with the front 3 as well, because I know Naby's, if you put him alongside like a Fabinho and a Henderson and they can sort of hold down the fort defensively, then Keita can maybe kick on, but I don't know.
No, mate, I agree with it, and I think we all find it hard to pick like our starting 11, our predicted 11 for the games, whereas a season ago, it was pretty much, we know who's going to start this one. We know our front 3. We know the midfield. We knew the defence. Whereas this year, it's like, okay. And especially, even with the defence, when you got Lovren coming back and Joel Matip as well coming back and performing, you're starting to look at it and you're going, okay, all right. The other teams, if we've got this headache, and we watch Liverpool every week, the other teams have got a headache. Klopp's got a headache. We're the ones with a good headache. The other teams are going to go, we don't know how they're going to set up. We don't know what players they've got, which means they've got to do a lot more analysis. Whereas normally they can just go, we know what players they're going to have. We know how they're going to play. We know the formation they're going to play. But now we've got different types of players in as well. Shaqiri, if Klopp uses him out on the wing, he's going to add something different to what he would add if he plays in midfield 3 for us, isn't he?
Yeah, and I think, and he poses quite a good. He's a threat as well going forward. Shaqiri, isn't he? And he's got pace. He can obviously have a shot from. I mean, that was it a free kick he took the other day, and he just sort of hit the bar with it. So he's obviously got that in him as well. I think he's not really a Coutinho replacement as such, but he does offer that kind of dynamic play where you'll cut inside or you don't really know what he's going to do, and he'll just be having a bit of a jog, and the next minute he goes into a sprint and makes a run forward. He's one of them types of players, and I think he is underrated really, but I just don't see how he's going to get that sort of that chance to really break through, and I don't think he will break through into the first team, but they must have sort of discussed this with him before they brought him in. Because he's one of them. He is a little bit of an ego type player, isn't he? You can kind of see it with him. But I think that's what gives him the confidence that he's got. I mean, you've seen it in the pre-season game against United, and that overhead kick was just insane. It was like, where
he's
did
not
that
lacking
even
confidence.
come from?
He is not lacking confidence. In your first game to attempt a bicycle kick, if he would have walked away and went, I ain't got much confidence at the moment, I'd have been like, okay, I want what you're on. Do you know what I mean? Because
he reminds me of like if you ever go into a park and there's all these big dogs, and the next minute this little Jack Russell turns up and everyone shits themselves. That's what it's like. Do you know what I mean? It's like set your Jack Russell on the pitch and everyone's like, oh shit, here's Shaqiri.
Yeah, it's true. It's so true. So true. Trev's in the building tonight. He says, evening, Daz. Hi, everyone. Good evening, Trev. How are you today? Josh has got Mignolet, Klein, Matip, Phillips, and Moreno for his backline. Thank you so much, Josh. I hope you're good today as well. SMB says, I want less interviews and more chat reading. SMB, sorry, buddy. I'm just taking live call-ins tonight, obviously, for the match build-up show. I hope you're good anyway, SM, mate. You're never all clearing up. The Reds from Cornwall, says David. Good to see you tonight, David. I hope you're well. Slim says, would have loved to see Brewster in this competition at some point. That's a great point by Slim there. This would have been a game that we could have had young Brewster in if he was match fit, couldn't we?
Yeah, I think Josh Gavin has just had a little bit of a shout there as well, saying front three, Shaq, Sturridge, and Woodburn. Which, do you know what? Actually, I mean, obviously Woodburn has not really had the chance, but I thought Woodburn was going to be like the next Michael Owen, which hasn't really materialised. But that's, you never know. He could actually go. He could actually go with something similar to that. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously not. I don't think with obviously not Woodburn, but
we just don't know, do we? Jones could come into this, like we were saying. He's a very talented young player, isn't he?
Yeah, he does. He looks good, and the thing is, I think, especially from last season, you've got. I mean, even the likes of Trent. He just looks bigger in stature. He looks like he's becoming a real kind of first class Premier League player. I think he's going to go down as he sort of fits into that Jamie Carragher type. Steven Gerrard. I mean, obviously, with him being local as well, I can just sort of see him becoming one of them Anfield greats. Do you know what I mean? At the age he is and the way he's playing, and especially the other night against PSG, when I saw some photos online of him sort of against Neymar, and I'm thinking, where's this kid even come from? Do you know what I mean?
I know.
It's incredible. We made them look weak as well. That was the thing.
We're making everyone look weak. Everyone's saying it, but they always do this against Liverpool. They always say that teams are not performing, but it's because of how Liverpool play. We suffocate teams. We don't allow them to play their way. That is what Klopp's system and tactics do to teams. We don't allow them to play their way. The Angry Bogdan says, read my name. He's changed it. The Angry Scout has changed his name to the Angry Bogdan. He says, I'm not leaving before you shout me out. Massive shout out to the Angry Bogdan. And I shouldn't have even done that because he knows how much I hate Bogdan.
SMB saying Mane's better than Neymar, which, to be honest with you, I would probably agree with that. I think he is overrated. I seriously don't understand why he's got the price tag that he has. I think he showed that he's obviously he's very skillful and stuff like that, but I don't think he's worth that money.
He can do a few round the worlds. He can flick it over a player from time to time. That's all it is.
But our keeper can do Cruyff turns. He's not worth 200 million. Well, he's supposed to be able to do Cruyff turns. The last time didn't go so well. Do that honestly, shit on FIFA.
Have you noticed though? Since then, he said he learnt his lesson, and he really has, hasn't he? He kicks the ball out and stuff if he needs to now.
Yeah, and I think it's all part of I think he's just not used to the Premier League, and plus he's probably not used to playing against these sort of intense type of teams. Do you know what I mean? Even the teams who've come up from the Championship are looking really strong, aren't they, this season? Some of them. But that's what's like in the Premier League, but. Yeah, I think Alisson's going to come really good. I think Fabinho, when he actually gets a chance, saw him in pre-season. He looked off the pace to me in pre-season, which is probably why he hasn't been playing. But I've got a feeling he's going to put him in this game. I
think so. I think this screams Fabinho to come in and have a full game for me. Yeah. It gives him match time, gets some fitness in them legs a bit more, boosts his confidence as well, because he's just moved club. He will listen and trust Klopp. He said it himself that he needs to learn and adjust to life at Liverpool and our tactics, but it will be a massive confidence boost getting a game against Chelsea. He will look at this and go, all right, the gaffer's got enough trust in me to come into this cup game and to marshal that midfield. So, what's your views on that one? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I'm sort of looking at it. I'm sort of wondering more how Chelsea are going to come into this game. It's a strange. It's a strange one, this game, because obviously we played them again, don't we, straight after? So, they're obviously going to probably be resting players as well, but I wouldn't be surprised if they sort of stick Hazard in. And then you've got to think, well, if Fabinho is still slightly off the pace and we sort of get mauled by them, then, it's just not going to look great for him. So then I think to myself, is he maybe going to leave Fabinho out? But then you think, well, is he ever going to play him if he's going to sort of have that mentality, which I don't think he is. I think Klopp's just the type of person who thinks if he's ready, and I'm going to stick him in. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he's...
Yeah. It is difficult. Like we all keep saying, you do trust Klopp. You know that Klopp is a very clever manager with this. He did it with Ox. He's done it with other players in the past. He did it with Robbo. I mean, Robbo is a fantastic example of, we're all like, he signed him. Yes, he wasn't this hyped up signing, was he, Robbo? But he waited, and then he put him in. And wow, I mean, look how good Robbo's been for us since he's come in. It's testament to how good Robbo is as a player anyway. He's very good, but Klopp obviously knew that, and he waited.
Blue Tick Gaming's just put a question with the goal. If Milner was the age of 26, 27 and performed the way he does, do you think there'll be more hype about it? And the reason he is underrated could be due to his age. It's funny because I was just going to say to you before that about Milner, about the fact that, I mean, obviously not quite Chelsea related, but just the fact of the way Milner has been playing this season, and it's like, how long do you think he can sort of sustain it? It sort of goes along with what Blue Tick Gaming saying there, because I think Milner is playing a huge part in sort of what we're doing at the moment. And what my concern is, you know, he's not going to last forever. But firstly, how long do you think he is going to last? And secondly, you know, if you were to take him out the side, how do you think that would impact us? I mean, and who would you put in Millie's role permanently?
See, for me, I think Henderson is the closest type of player to James Milner than what we have there, because I think he's Mr. Engine like Milner.
Yeah.
You know, they aren't. No one is James Milner in that team. No one in the squad. James Milner, left foot, right foot, he can cross it at both. I mean, he's a workhorse. He gets stuck in with challenges, and that's the one thing that I don't think Jordan Henson does. You don't see Jordan Henson really letting people know that he's on the pitch like what Milner does, you know.
Like that goal he scored the other week where it looked like it was offside and he cut it back. I can't remember if it was Firmino who put it in, or it might have been Mane, but he sort of he can go down the wing. Sometimes he's going in and out between players, and he is just a really good all-round player, and I think he is underrated. But he does the defensive role. He gets stuck in. He gets forward. He puts crosses in. He support, especially when sometimes when he scoots over towards the right-hand side, and he sort of you see him sometimes covering for Alexander-Arnold and sort of helping him out.
He's like a Swiss
Army everywhere, knife. Isn't he? Isn't he? You know. And he just seems to be getting better with age. He's a bit like a fine wine.
A big priority, he really is. I think a big priority for us is everyone's saying they're looking forward to a transfer window and that. We're still waiting for Mane to sign his contract extension. I'm waiting to see James Milner sign a contract extension because he's only got a year left. So we need to definitely, because he is one of our best performing players right now.
He just epitomises what it means to be a Liverpool player, really.
I agree with that. I think he to be a Liverpool player and Jurgen Klopp's system as well, isn't it? Because he literally does everything that Jurgen Klopp would be looking at him and go, he's the perfect player.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of his work rate, you literally cannot fault him. And I think there were times where maybe his quality and his the final pass in the final, his pass in the final third would let him down at times. But I think, especially this season and the end of last season, he has just been on it. His passing's been so accurate, and I literally can't fault him, really.
No. I hope that we get him tied down to a longer contract. I hope that he continues this, because I'd say if he could do this for another 2 years for Liverpool, then, you know, what a servant he has been to all the clubs that he's been at. But for Liverpool, you know, it'd be absolutely fantastic. And people talk about your Perlas, your Iniestas and all these players. But I think, you know, people would be talking about James Milner as an absolute legend. I think that'd be great, because I think Milner's always been so underrated that it'd be lovely to give him a good few years playing for Liverpool and us winning silverware and him getting the appreciation that he deserves. That's what I would really like to see.
You see it, and that's it. I totally agree with you. And, you know, I mean, I'm a bit of a geek. Like, I watch some of the Liverpool training videos and stuff like that. And, you know, even when they're doing laps around the training field, Millie will go and do another 2 laps just to prove a point. that he's the last man standing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that he just sends a message out to all the other players, like, you know what, you do 15, 20 laps, I'll do 25. Do you know what I mean? It's like he's pushing the young ones, and it's like, you know, and he's on the end of his career, and I think it's admirable, really.
And it would be good to keep him around for the young ones as well, for them to be able to talk to, and for him to say, you know, as he does get a bit older, he can say, look, I condition myself like this, like this, like this, do this throughout your career, and you could still be playing at a high level of football like myself, competing for the Champions League, competing for the Premier League. You know, this is what I've done, and I've got better with age. You need to do this. And they would be looking at him and going, wow, what a role model. If they're not, then they're silly, because if I was a football player, a professional football player, I'd be looking at James Milner right now at, you know, if I was a 22-year-old lad, and I'd be going to myself, I need to be doing what he's doing. Yeah. Because he is at the peak of his career, and he's, you know, at his age, and he could still be playing for another 4 years at this level if he continues the way he's going.
I mean, there are players who've gone on and done that, isn't there? I mean, there's the likes of, I can't think of his exact age, but, and I hate to mention him really, but like the likes of kind of Ryan Giggs, he went on for a few years, kind of didn't he? You know, there are players who kind of go, you know, and do sort of, and even if maybe they can't do a full 90 minutes, I think Millie still give you, even for the next few years, at least the 75 minutes.
Yeah, and the one thing that Milner gives you, which some of them players don't as well, he can play a number of positions. So he could fill in anywhere in these games as a super sub towards the end of his career, couldn't he?
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, he can slot into defence, which he has done before. You know, I think he's gone in when we've had problems there before. And I think just in general, I mean, it's like with this Chelsea game, I think that's why it's so hard, because if you look at the players we've got, I mean, we've got a fantastic selection of players, but I think sometimes it's getting the right balance. And I think Henderson, you know, I do like Hendo, but he just doesn't offer you the security and the confidence that someone like Milner will give you. You know what I mean? And I think that's why we really do need Fabinho to sort of, you know, get fit and get playing really, and to see what he's made of as well. Because as I say, you know, you only need Milner or something to get injured, and then you're in that same position again, aren't you?
Yeah, I agree, mate.
Cool.
I fully agree.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to say on this game?
I think I wouldn't quite go 3-1 with my prediction, because I've got a feeling Chelsea are going to sort of play quite defensive and play more of a counter-attacking game, sort of like what we'd expect to see from maybe a Man United under Jose. I think it's going to be one of them types of performance. I think they'll be organised, disciplined. So I don't think it's going to be a massive amount of goals, but I do think they could potentially catch us on the counter-attack. So I'm probably going to say 2-1.
Yeah.
If we're going to go for and get 2, I think they're going to get 1. Otherwise, it's going to be like a 1-0, something like that.
Yeah, no.
We'll nick one.
I've seen other people say a similar thing throughout today when I've been looking online and stuff, so it could very much be that. And I think with the changes throughout both teams, I think it's going to be a very unpredictable one. I think it's hard to predict anyway. So I went with a 3-1 for myself, just because I was looking at it and I was going, look, at Anfield, I think we've got better depth. I think, you know, I'm giving them 1 as a bit of a bonus, really, because we're going to be changing the back line, I think. But they've got quality there. I think they can score in this game, but I just think, can they handle our attack?
Call me stupid, but what Richard thinks, you said Salah's won the Puskas Award. What's the Puskas Award?
I was just looking at this. It's the award ceremony tonight. Salah
I saw Modric won, didn't he?
Award. So what was that?
Modric won one.
As he won the overall.
I don't know whether it was the overall. It just said the best. I don't know whether they've just said that because it's really easy to translate into every single language. You know, it just literally said the best award. I was like, what does that mean? The best of what?
So Luka Modric believes Mohamed Salah will have another chance to be crowned World Player of the Year after beating the Liverpool forward to be on Monday night. So Luka Modric won overall then. Mo Salah won the Puskas Award for his goal against Everton. But Mo Salah was in like the top 3 players of the world, but he didn't make the team of the year. I saw earlier, I was setting up a live stream. How can you not make the team of the year?
Salah?
He was breaking records last year. Eden Hazard makes the team of the year and Salah doesn't.
Oh, it's probably Harry Kane's claims every other frigging thing.
Absolutely ridiculous, mate. Absolutely ridiculous. I was just like, they're absolutely chatting with that one. Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
Paid them off.
Yeah. Richard says best goal of the year. That's it, Richard. That was it. So yeah, I was thinking, come on, please let Salah have won it, because I've been on the live stream, so I didn't know. But yeah, Modric has won it. I knew that was going to happen anyway. I knew it was going to happen. As much as I wanted Salah to win it, I just knew it. Thank you so much for calling up today, mate. It's been a pleasure to talk to you.
Really nice to speak to you, mate. And honestly, congrats with the channel. Like, I mean, I remember like when you were having the problems in the early days where the YouTube were trying to ban you and stuff, and now you've got like 8,000 followers. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
oh mate, yeah, thank you so much. I remember talking to you back then. Like, I was banned for like 4 months. So I had to wait 4 months ridiculous. To do content.
It's like they're obviously Manx, aren't they, over at YouTube?
They didn't like it. But we've come out on top. We've come out on top, mate, haven't we? Oh dear. I hope you call in again in the future, man. I hope to speak to you soon. Yeah,
I'll speak to you soon, Daz.
Look after yourself, mate. Have a good one. Take care. Thank you. Great call-in. Brilliant call-ins tonight, guys. Absolute brilliant call-ins. I want to talk to the chat for a couple of minutes, and then that's going to be me tonight, because obviously I've been streaming now for, it's coming up 2 hours. So I hope you've enjoyed the call-ins tonight. I see a couple of comments saying that they wanted me to read the chat a bit more. It's just a build-up show. I wanted to get as many views out there as what I could from the call-ins. I do try and read the chat as well a bit, but there will be live streams where I just do the chat if that's what you guys want. I always listen to my subs on here. I want to do what's best for you guys, all right? I know a lot of you like the call-in, so that's why I put that first. Junior says there's a reason Klopp wanted him, no Oisk. Bluetick says, why didn't Cristiano attend the awards? Because he knew he will get another red card. Paul says best goal, that was it. Yeah, thank you so much for letting me know as well, Paul. SB says, I actually have quite a small PP, but I don't care because we're going to win everything this year. Well, there you go. Nothing to worry about, because Liverpool hopefully will win everything. Indeed. Josh says needs trophy to win awards. Yes, Richard Fink with a £5 donation. Thank you so much, buddy. He says, cheers, Dazza. You're very welcome, Richard, but a massive thank you to you. You never have to thank me. Thank you to you, my friend. As always, I don't expect it. You're an absolute legend. I hope you've enjoyed the stream, mate. As always, I hope you've all enjoyed the stream. I hope you've enjoyed the call-ins as well. I've really enjoyed listening to the call-ins tonight. We've had a bit of a laugh at the same time, haven't we? That's the overall goal, is to have a laugh at the same time as talking about Liverpool. It makes it a bit more entertaining, doesn't it? But yeah. Josh says, why you get banned? To this day, I never fully know the main reason. I think it was because YouTube thought I was actually streaming the game when I wasn't. So I got a ban where I couldn't live stream, and then I put out a video saying I've created another channel, so I will be on that, and YouTube didn't like that, so they slapped another thing on me for that, so I got done for that as well. I couldn't stream, I couldn't put out videos for 4 months on this channel, so I created On The Bench TV that grew in subscribers as well, and I was putting out content on that for months while we was waiting, and then I had to come back on this one and like try and grow this from the ground up again, which was crazy, but we did it because you guys are fantastic, and those of you that was around back then, you know, you noticed that was back on it. It was like, Daz, where have you been? What's been going on? So that was brilliant. It was brilliant that you guys stuck around and followed me over and supported me on the Bench TV as well, so massive shout out to all you guys there. But it's in the past now. Hopefully nothing like that ever happens again, because I couldn't take that. I couldn't say that again. That was horrible. Josh says, Saturday more important. Don't care what happens Wednesday as long as we don't lose. Well, there you go, Josh. So you kind of do care. We need to win, don't we, Josh? I get it. Gregory says, what did I miss? Gregory, just basically talking about Liverpool versus Chelsea on Wednesday, mate. Just taking the call-ins on the show. I need to take the badge down because we're not taking any more call-ins now. We've done that tonight, but yeah, just talking to everyone in general, getting everyone's views on the game, saying the general gist of what I've took of it is everyone saying, look, even with rotation, we're confident that our team is better than theirs, so we should do a job. Is Premier League against them on Saturday is a big game as well, and everyone wants us to do, we want to win the Premier League this year, but look, we should have a strong enough team even with rotation to be able to take them out as well in the Cup. got some big games coming up in the future, so this should be one that we should be looking to rotate. But yeah, it's been a great stream to hear your guys' views. Imtiaz says, how's it, Daz? Liverpool 4-2. How are you today, mate? I hope you're good. 4-2. That would be a great game to watch. 6 goals in that game would be brilliant. Liverpool getting the victory as well. I will take it. Fist pump, Daz, says Richard. Richard, ready, buddy? Boom. Fist bump to you, mate. I love that. I love that you guys love to have the old fist bump on there. I think that's brilliant. I think it's brilliant. I can't remember who started it. Can't remember. I just did a fist bump once on it, and I think it was Thomas. Thomas recorded it and he put it out on Twitter, him actually doing it back on the screen, and it just started something, and everyone was like, I want a fist bump. So I was like, brilliant, and it's just been going ever since, so I love that. Nigel says, great phone-in, cheers Daniel. It was, wasn't it, Nigel? I really enjoyed that, but as too with the other phone-ins as well. Massive shout out to all you guys tonight, and to Connor at the beginning. Connor obviously is a main feature on his channel now. He's part of the team. He helps me out a lot with the channel and helping support me in the background as well, so that's why he comes on and helps me on the streams as well, which is brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant to see that, and I really enjoy getting him on. He's Hoover, and yes, I know that he went and got the mirror out tonight and raised his eyebrows. I know it for a fact. I've been working on the website as well, guys, on the Bench TV, because ages ago I put it out there. A lot of you guys did join it. I've took away the joining process, so you ain't got to join it, but I've been working on it. I've been updating it. So there will be articles on it, Liverpool pictures from match day, from the training sessions. That will be on it. You'll be able to go on there and see all that stuff. The Premier League tables on there, and scores and things like that. It will all be updating. It's very much a working process at the moment, but it's there for you to go and check out, have a look at it. I am working on it. It's basic as it stands at the moment, but as it goes on, you know, I've got a couple of people that are going to be writing articles for me for the website, and if it's something that you'd be interested in, sending articles and they might get featured on the website as well, then definitely feel free to contact me, guys, over that. But yeah, it's all going to be Liverpool related. So yeah, that's on the bench.tv. So it's another place for you guys to hopefully stay up to date with Liverpool. That would be the main goal with that one. And I just thought I took away the login thing because you guys were logging into it. I took it away at the moment because we had a few problems with it. So you don't need to log into it at the moment. It's just for you to stay up to date with Liverpool. Josh says they dropped points this past weekend. Thumbs up on all the live streams. Yes, Chelsea, if you're talking about drop points, they did, didn't they? Paul says, what would people's reaction be if we were to lose next 3 games? Paul, it would be devastating. Absolutely devastating, mate. Wouldn't be happy at all. It would be horrible. We've had a great start this year. So I hope that people wouldn't be too negative, because you've got to remember how good we have started. We've broken Shankly's record. But yeah, I hope that we don't lose those 3 games, because they're big games, aren't they? But you know, we don't know what's going to happen yet. We just got to stay positive, haven't we, Paul? Reggae says, I'm confident I'm getting a girlfriend this week. Definitely. I love that attitude. You will indeed. MTS says, I thought maybe Jose kidnapped you. Lol. Who, me? Jose can't kidnap me, mate. He wouldn't be allowed anywhere near me. If I saw him coming a mile away, I'd run, because I don't like him. SMB says, do you know where I can get the 17-18 home kit? Been looking everywhere, but no one else sells it. Off the top of my head, mate, I really don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you where the best place would be to get it, to be honest. Reggae says eBay. Yeah, I guess you could try that. I don't really look for many things like that, if that makes sense, mate. SM says, yes, we have, but none of them sells it. We'll check out site on Facebook, says Josh. MTS says, Dazza, when you visited in South Africa? I have no idea, mate. I have no idea. When I've got some money to do all this stuff. I know me and my missus, we want to visit Ireland. It's going to be like our next venture, because we've both never been and we want to go there. So that would be like the next venture. for us. But yeah, it definitely comes down to money, definitely. And let's face it, does anyone really have money anymore? No, you have to work really hard and you're long hours. And yeah, Rega says order it online. So you guys are talking about that. MTS says, Daz, what's your Facebook page name? It's always up there, but it's On the Bench LFC Liverpool FC fans. It's a group so that you guys can all join in and all share Liverpool content in the sense of talking and getting involved in things. There is a page for me, but I don't post on it, guys. All right, so don't follow the page. Join the group is what I recommend, because that's where the updates are. That's where everyone's active, not the page for me. It's the group that you need to join. Liverpool On the Bench LFC, Liverpool FC fans group. That's where you'll see the updates from us, mods, and you know where everyone is talking. I think that's around 2,500 to 2,600 Liverpool fans now on that, so that's growing daily. It's doing really well. It's good to see the Liverpool fans from all around the world in there. Gregory says, what do you make of David Moyes saying that this is not the strongest Liverpool team since the Premier era? I saw his comment saying that Liverpool won't win the Premier League. He doesn't think, because we've had strong teams before and all that. I think David Moyes, I don't really respect his opinion, to be honest. We have had quality teams. We have, to be fair. It is early days to say whether Liverpool will definitely win the Premier League. And you've got to look at City, how good they are. You've got to look at Chelsea, a competitor. You've got to look, it's a very tough competition. So you can't just automatically go, because of how Liverpool started, they're going to win the league. But at the same time, to rule us out and say because we've had good teams before, you're talking absolute rubbish. Wind it in, Moyes. Wind it in. That's what I think, anyway. Facility Time says Gollum has resurfaced. Has he really? If that's aimed at me, then my precious is all I'm saying. I'm not going to do the impression because I can't be bothered. Connor says, finally checked Daz. I can move my eyebrows like Daniel Sturridge dance. We get in a wiggly arms, wiggly eyebrows. Rego says, Daz, get some sleep, you nutter. I won't be getting any sleep tonight, mate. FIFA's out at midnight, so I will be on that. When I get off this stream, though, I will I'll be getting a cup of tea, going and speaking to the missus for a bit before that comes on, and then I'll be having a little go on that, see what the full game's like, which will be lovely. Josh says, Lowell broke as hell, dreaming of going to Anfield one day. Josh, you will do it. You will do it. It's amazing. I can't wait for you to go and then tell us how you feel. It's such a good feeling. Nigel says, onthebench.tv. That's it, Nigel. That's it, mate. That's how you'll be able to find it. And yeah, just give it a little look, guys, if you like stuff like that. And like I say, at the moment, there's literally like one article that I put up there about Virgil van Dijk and his ambition, but we're going to be putting articles up. It will have like daily news, hopefully, once it's fully flowing and stuff like that. There's one section of pictures from Liverpool versus Southampton, but it's all up there ready now for us to start being able to upload stuff. So don't think you're going to go on there and it's going to be tons of Liverpool stuff at the moment, but obviously I'm hoping that you can see where we're going to be going with it. And like I say, you've got the Premier League table on there. You'll have the results on there as well from the matches. And we're hoping to add more Liverpool content on it as well down the line. And you know what I'm like with graphics and stuff, guys. I'm building it all myself and working on it all myself. So I'll be tweaking the look of it, making it look a bit better as well. But I just want you guys to have a look, have a little play with it. Tell me, give me a bit of feedback. Let me know how responsive it is and things like that. I need you to really have a look at it to tell me in that sense. What have we got? Moyes is a tool, saying that, says John. Yes, John, he is indeed. What we got, Blue Tick says, pick up this line from an article. Mignolet, Klein, Matip, Gomez, Moreno, Fabinho, Keita, Shaqiri, Mane, Salah, Sturridge. Blue Tick says, Kepa, their team as well, Kale, Alonso, Fabregas, Loftus-Cheek, Barkley, Hazard, Morata. Yeah, so that is obviously the two starting 11s is from an article. What article was that, Blue Tick? Gregory says, what? No, you didn't just say that. What was it, My Precious or something? Was that? I don't know. Moses, what footballing genius, says Josh. SMB, you got Ultimate Edition? I've got the middle one, whatever that is. It gave me 3 days early access. But it's not the most expensive one, because let's face it, like I said, we're not all made of money, are we? So, yeah, I got that one. I don't think it's worth it getting a really expensive one either, to be honest. Genius with a J, Moyes. Moyes, the chosen one, says Dave. Oh, yeah, the chosen one. As if, innit, Dave, isn't it? That banner from United supporters was embarrassing. Oh, God. Tell me about it. It really was, wasn't it? It really was. Daniel Alexander's laughing. Honestly, Moyes, I don't know why he thinks that his opinion really counts when it comes to Liverpool. It doesn't. You know, I see Liverpool fans' reactions are like rah, rah about it, but for me, I'm literally just like, I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered by it, because I think to really bother me over that, you have to be someone that I respect, and I don't respect you. Do you get where I'm coming from? SMB says the kit is nowhere. Oh, so you're still struggling to find the kit. Connor says, anyone else see Phil Neville comments on Everton needing a forward to challenge for the Champions League? Best joke I've heard all year. Oh dear. Bluetooth says, Daily Star, but not good fan of the article. Just wanted to show you what I think. See what I think about it. Let me have a look. What was it? So lineup: Mignolet, Klein, Matip, Gomez, Moreno, Fabinho, Keita, Shaqiri, Mane, Salah, Sturridge. To be honest, I think the Liverpool lineup is probably close to what we might actually see, mate, to be fair. I'm hoping that Alisson stays in between the sticks for me. I don't want to see Mignolet come in there. I don't think he's going to be switched on all game. I don't think his head's at Liverpool. He wants to leave the club. He said it himself. I get what people are saying, that he needs minutes to keep him happy, but give him minutes against Chelsea, he's still going to want to leave in the next transfer window, so put your best goalkeeper in there for me. And yeah, that's a possibility for their lineup as well. Facility Time says Gollum was paid $7 million a year at... Oh, no, I get you. So you wasn't aiming the Gollum at me, at Moyes. I get it, Facility Time. I was like, I don't know whether you were saying Gollum was resurfaced about me, and I was like, my precious. Oh, yeah, definitely. 11v11 pro clubs, says Josh. On FIFA's. Pro clubs, they're not changing that, are they? They're not adding to it. See, I'm an ultimate team man, me. I play ultimate team, but obviously career mode. We're going to be doing Liverpool career mode this year for you guys. I don't know how I'm going to really be going about doing that yet, because I've never really done anything like that in the past. So hopefully you enjoy it. I've kind of got something in my head of how I'm going to go about doing it. And because obviously I'm a Liverpool supporter and I speak about Liverpool all the time, hopefully that helps. Should do anyway, shouldn't it? But we shall see. We shall see. I hope you guys enjoy it. But obviously my main focus is this channel and the Liverpool content, so it will just be a bit of a Brucey bonus for those that enjoy FIFA content. If you don't like it and you see it pop up, you don't play FIFA and you're not interested, then you know you don't have to watch it, do you? In that sense, I guess it's just an extra for those that do. Dave says apparently Everton owners think of themselves as a Let's Go Madrid of England. That is true. That is true. He's put laugh my ass off as well, Dave. They're ridiculous. I was gonna say, I was gonna try and say how can I justify that in any way, shape or form, but they just can't. They just can't justify it at all. Bluetooth says, I mentioned it before, it's so difficult to get a second choice goalkeeper, so what's your best second choice goalkeeper you want to have at Liverpool? Pope. Bluetooth, I'm gonna say Pope again. I would love Pope to be at Liverpool. I can take that out now. I would definitely like to keep to sign Pope. I think he's a quality keeper. I think he needs to, prove himself a bit more. But down the line, I would like to see Pope come into Liverpool. Let me know your views on that one, though. Josh says people are doing it themselves as far as changes to pro clubs. Who are you hoping to pack? Salah, Virgil? Who would you rather pack, Mane or Virgil? Oh, filthy. That's tough questions, Josh. Real tough. I don't know what I'm hoping to pack, to be honest. I'm hoping to pack all the Liverpool players. Like I said, at the moment, I have got Simon Mignolet in goal because I was using a web app. He was a cheap goalkeeper. But I've got Milner and Naby for definite in goal. I've got Daniel Sturridge as my striker as well. I did a bit of trading, so I managed to make a few coins. So yeah, I'm looking forward to using Sturridge and Naby and Milner. I'm hoping that those three are a bit of all right. That'd be nice to start the game off, but I really don't know. I would love to pack Salah. I would love to pack Mane, of course. They're going to be quality on this game. They should be anyway, shouldn't they? But yeah, I don't know. Virgil should be a beast, shouldn't he? Fabinho should be a beast as well. I'd love to get Alisson. Daniel says, Phil Neville gives me the creeps. To give you the shivers, Daniel. Gives you the shivers. Slim says, Pope to Liverpool. Yes, I would love it. I would love it. I think as a backup goalkeeper, I think he would be a solid option, and I think he would jump at the chance to sign for Liverpool as well. I really do. I really do. Go and sign for a club that could win the Champions League and the Premier League regularly. Tick. I think Pope would come. It's a difficult one because no goalkeepers want to come and play for Liverpool when they're looking at Alisson and they're like, look, we're not getting in over that lad. The amount that Liverpool paid for him, how good he is as well. It's obvious, isn't it? But you do need a goalkeeper to come in and to be back up because you can't rely on your youth players. But at the same time, the only options that then you do really have is going for an experienced goalkeeper. Pepe Reina's of the world. It's a shame that we couldn't have got him really because with his association with Liverpool as well, it would have been nice when it would have been a lovely touch to bring him back to Liverpool. I would have liked to have seen that for sure. I think he would have been a brilliant backup goalkeeper for us. Slim says, you think Sanchez would have done the biz at LFC? I think we dodged a bullet, to be honest. Look, I think I was saying that we should have gone for him, to be honest, before he went there, but now I'm like, I think any player that would come to Liverpool would perform better than what they would go into United because I think their manager just can't manage. I think unless you throw in money to be able to spend on players and he buys them when they're at their peaks or whatever and they come in there just sheer quality, I think he can't get a work rate out of a player. Sanchez has really flopped there. So yeah, I think if he come to Liverpool, I think Klopp would demand better out of him. I don't think he would have made us start 11 with how he's performing, to be honest. So yeah, it's a difficult one, but I think we definitely dodged a bullet in the sense of we didn't sign him like what I wanted to do. James says, let's go Liverpool, put some distance between us and Chelsea. Yes, James. You beat them in the cup and then beat them on Saturday, put the distance between us there, and then Napoli and then beat City. Oh God, how good would that be, guys, if we win every game? Oh my God, mouth-watering. In FIFA, do you put a keeper on your subs bench? If so, please explain why. No, but I have a keeper on. I play with two teams on Ultimate Team because I rotate every game to keep the fitness up. I always do that. And yeah, if you're on about like in career mode, then no, I don't have a keeper on the bench. I think it's a bit silly, really, isn't it? You're not going to get an injury to a goalkeeper during it unless you're simulating a game. Then you want to have a keeper on the bench, I guess. Connor says, I think we'll end up looking abroad for a keeper and signing someone we've never heard of. That's very possible, Connor, very possible. I mean, we was linked with that Silicon, weren't we, and stuff. I'm so glad we got Alisson. Good question from LFC officials forums. Are we a world-class team or simply punching above our weight, says Dave. I think we're getting back to being the world-class team that we once was, but we got to win silverware, Dave, is the way I'm looking at it. I don't think we're punching above our weight. I think we are on the progression. Yeah, I definitely don't think we're punching above our weight. I think we can compete with anyone on our day in the matches. I think, you know, the level of football that we play is up there with anyone in the world of football. I think it's about the squad depth. I think it's about mentally as well. I think we've got to start winning silverware to be able to say, okay, the sleeping giant has awoken. That's the way I look at it. If you want to class yourself as back up there as one of the top teams in the world again, you need to be winning the Champions League. You need to win that Premier League. That's what I consider as being the top teams again. We've always been classed as one of them. We are one of the biggest clubs in the world because of the fan base, because of our history. It's about time we get back there, isn't it, guys? In that sense as well, you've got to win silverware to do that, and we needed that squad depth and stop losing our best players, because we always get there and then we lose best player or something and it goes back down. So keep your best players, add to it, and keep that progression going. If we do that, the sleeping giant will awake. We're definitely stirring majorly. I think one foot's out the bed. One foot is definitely out of the bed. Likewise, I do the same as far as rotation. Brilliant. Daniel says, Phil and Gary Neville are like some Adam family shit. Lurch and Festa. Oh, I love that. Milner hates the scum. Yay, says Facility. Yeah, indeed. So he should as well, shouldn't he? We all do. Would love Joe Gomez to be a centre-back on FIFA. That's really annoyed me, Connor. He needs an inform, doesn't he? Move to centre back, because I've got him at right back in my team at the moment, but I need him as a centre back, because otherwise it's just not going to feel right, is it? I wanted Trent to be my right back, but let's face it, I've got this where I want all the Liverpool players because I want a Liverpool team, but as you build up coins, you're going to start buying these better players so you can compete on Ultimate Team and stuff. In career mode, I can't wait to use the Liverpool players and really boost them up and stuff. We were talking about, weren't we, before the stream, saying want to take Ox, turn him into an absolute beast, and I said I can't wait to play City and bend him over with Ox, basically. Would love Joe Gomez, was what Colin said. Dave says Gomez will definitely get a better card and will have centre back position in the winter update. Yeah, Dave, he's got to have, hasn't he, mate? He's got to have. They can't overlook that for sure. Right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure as always. Thank you so much for you all joining me today. Richard, thank you so much for the donation as well, if you're still about, buddy. And for all the call-ins, all top draw as always. I love the call-ins, but I do listen as well. You guys said, I saw a couple of comments saying want to see more reading of the chat in this one, because I was straight with the call-ins. People really like the call-ins. I tried to sit and talk to the chat again at some point. I will mix it up a bit. I don't always have to take call-ins, so you guys let me know what you want to see. All right, because I'm more than happy to accommodate what you guys want. So many people have been messaging me going, I can't wait for the next live stream. I can't wait to hear your call-ins and stuff like this, because it's, as I say, my channel's about getting as many of your guys' views out there as possible. I know a lot of you guys don't like to call in as well, so I will try and read the chat as much as possible as well, guys, because I love doing that. I love bouncing off you lot. I think that was all that I had to talk about tonight. I like to quickly make sure for the thing. Obviously, Salah winning that award tonight is brilliant, but not making the team of the year, what is that about? How has Eden Hazard got in there over him? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. They're talking out their backsides. Josh says, nice chat. Next live stream. The next one is going to be Wednesday now, because tomorrow I've got a mental day. I didn't realise I was going to be doing a live stream tomorrow, and then my missus is at work tomorrow night, so I'm not actually able to do any content tomorrow, guys. I wish I could. If I get 5-10 minutes, then I will try and do like an update video if possible, but on a serious note, I've got a ridiculous day tomorrow, and then she's at work tomorrow night, so I have to look after my son on them days. But other than that, it is going to be Wednesday for match day. So, yeah, I hope you all have a fantastic day tomorrow. I hope you enjoy the rest of your days. Obviously, you can message me on the comment section down below, and I will see that. As I always say, please don't think I'm being rude if I don't reply to you on the other platforms. I have loads of messages and I don't always see them, guys. All right, I don't get notifications on everything. So take it easy, everyone. It's been my pleasure as always. I've been on Adventure LFC. You've all been legends. I will see you in the next one. Good night, everyone.